Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Okay, as I said in my last video, where on earth do I start? I've got about 15 different items here noted. I just want to point out that the DHS apparently has subpoenaing or attempting to subpoena, even without it being signed off by any courts, social media to report on anyone who criticises the ICE snowflakes. I mean, that is full-on fascist North Korean Russian regime energy. I just want to throw a couple of cards. I'm just going to use my mystical manga to see whether they will actually be successful in this, because I mean, you know, this is social media, Meta and Reddit and all the rest of it that claim that um, they can't police child PORN or live streaming of unalivings or all these sorts of things. So yes, they can. They can, which is why a lot of countries are banning social media now for under 15, 16-year-olds. They can still view, but they can't actually set up an account and actually engage back and forth. But let's have a look. Let's have a look. Is the show me the DHS subpoenaing. They're not even asking, they're demanding. Apparently not signed off by any courts though, so I'm not quite sure how. We got here pushback happening from a higher ground. So this one threw itself out. Just quickly, I'll just whip through this one, and then there's something else I want to have a look at in this particular reading, assuming this one doesn't take me off down rabbit holes. Because my question is are they going to be successful? Well, here are the demands and here's the pushback. So I don't think they're going to. Challenged by legal action. Yeah, there's going to be legal action. They're going to be stopped with the hanged man. In the past, trying to move things forward in its little leaky rowboat. This is the DHS. But without the truth. These swords are all pointing down, which, as opposed to this upward Ace of Swords, is the challenge. So this is trying to move things forward illegally, crowning the reading in a claiming of a false victory with the Six of Wands there. Again, you've got all these wands pushing back, trying to, this particular figure here with his one wand is trying to push forward and claim victory. But I don't know. I don't think they're going to. Page of Coins diminished. Guardrail's going to stand externally with the Nine of Wands. Internally, you've got the Queen of Wands, the inspirational females. This could be legislation, perhaps. Let's see where it goes. Got the Queen of Coins, which is my homeland security and the hopes and fears. Queen of Wands. Who's this Queen of Wands? I mean, this Queen of Wands might be DHS. That's gnome, isn't it? That's not my gnome card, but there's going to be pushback here. This could be Gabbard and gnome internally trying to push it through. But you've got the world, you've got the nightmare situation, and you've got the Ten of Pentacles, the legacy, the young people, end of an era. It's the end of an era. And then you've got the Page of Swords, young people coming forward and casting judgment. Now, already young people and hidden agendas, already young people are not on social media. I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody from about 40 down who was active on social media. Out of my family, I'm talking about, and I'm talking about two sides of family, none of them are active. They might have accounts, but they don't use them. They're not on there. So, no. Young people, judgment, judgment and hidden agendas, wake-up calls, but I think there's going to be legal action against it. We've got on the bottom, the Ace of Coins, the Knight of Cups demanding this information, but you've got the Wheel of Fortune turning. You've got Three of Pentacles, the dark money behind the scenes. This might be, the Zuckerbergs, etc. But you've got the Fool, you've got the Death, you've got the Devil, you've got the Betrayal, and you've got the attempt to steal being revealed. It's not going to end well for them. If any of the social medias attempt this, people will flee even more than they do now. Notice that X wasn't included in those subpoenas. I haven't been on Twitter for forever. Trying to get the information, but I don't think unexpected out of left field with the Page of Cups. I don't think they're going to get it. Okay, let's continue with these cards and have a quick look. It's all smoke and mirrors, delusion. I don't think they're going to. There's going to be legal action against it, probably privacy. But it's all about this shell game, delusion, trying to create smoke and mirrors and etc. Right, still using these cards, which is an interesting choice considering what I'm going to have a look at. But there's news coming out that Canon and Bondi are destroying paperwork in regards to the Florida cases, the Canon Florida cases, trying to keep something under wraps to protect the emperor. Do not be surprised if information comes out that they are destroying paperwork. Trust me, Jack Smith still has copies. But information has come out that Canon was second on the list to be Attorney General. So this is, again, this Emperor energy, and this is currently my Bondi card, the Queen of Swords, but this is the female Attorney General. There are information that's come out that Canon was second, and then we've got the Tower. Something happened that destroyed the Canon being on the list. Now, apparently, the first one on the list was a bloke. I didn't look to see what the name is. You can find it if you search online. Right, betrayal, hiding documents, trying to keep something hidden. It's my treason card, the Three of Swords. Canon was second on the list. Bondi wasn't even on the list. From what I can see, the original list. So interesting that she got the job. Judgment moment, treason. Wow, there's something big coming out here. And it was working together to try and bring things to an end and move them on to a new plan, because with the Ten of Wands. Okay, where do I start with this? Why was Canon overlooked for the AG role? Why was Canon overlooked for the AG role? Mercenary. She acted as his mercenary. And then the Judgment card. Because she was too public. She didn't win the court case, but the Judgment card, because she was judged, people were fully aware of her position. Judgment. In the past, on the back foot, trying to defend, again, because she did not win the court case. She managed to stave it off. This is the energy that she's stewing in. She managed to stave it off, but she was marked. Wheel of Fortune. Things did not turn out how they were supposed to with the Wheel of Fortune in the past. and they were forced to move on with the Six of Swords, packing up the truth and getting out of Dodge. She was too hot. And I'm not talking about good looking hot. I'm talking about hot potato hot. She was too hot potato hot for the role. So therefore, the Hanged Man, she was put on ice or suspended from the position. Okay. And then we've got externally the Ace of Swords, internally the treason case, the treason, betrayed. But this could be, why was she overlooked? Because she was too much of a hot potato, because she did not win the court case. But she was promised it, and she was betrayed. She feels betrayed. There's the King of Coins himself in the hopes and fears. The outcome, the Four of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Knight of Wands, volatile information coming out. She was forced to retreat. She was forced to retreat. But at the Ten of Cups stage, when it's the ending stage, volatile information will come forward. And you've got the King of Wands, the Ace of Wands, rejection, and justice coming for her. Justice will come for her when this is all over. Volatile information will come out. The court cases will be reopened. She doesn't want no part of it because she's going to have to face justice. Okay, so I know that she's terrible. I think she's actually okay. How does Cannon feel about this? She was promised the AG position. She didn't want it in the end, is what I'm getting. Page of Wands, Page of Swords. Information being brought forward, legal information being brought forward. She was exposed. She was exposed. She was a hot potato. I think she might have voluntarily chosen not to. Okay, so we've now got rumours. I mean, there's no smoke without fire of Cannon and Bondi destroying these treason cases, because this is about stolen documents. This is the stolen documents case. Strength and keeping it under wraps. Trying to keep things under wraps. Absolutely trying to keep things under wraps. Okay. Oh boy. On the defensive with that Nine of Wands, to maintain a legacy with that 10, because the legacy is coming to an end. Doesn't matter if they destroy paperwork. There are copies elsewhere, but let's have a look. Pretty sure Jack Smith's got them, and I'm pretty sure they're not in the US. What do we need to know about Cannon and Bondi? The rumour of them destroying the documents case. Remembering that Bondi was AG in Florida at one stage there? Apparently got a big payout from the Orange Twerp to drop the false university case. Have a look. What do we need to know about Cannon and Bondi destroying paperwork? Right, endings. They can see the end coming. Ten of Cups. Challenged by the Queen of Cups, trying to keep certain things under wraps. They can see the end is coming, and their challenge is to try and keep a lid So therefore, we've got the energy they're stewing in is trying to steal the truth. Seven of Swords, but it's been seen, it has been outed, trying to steal, distort the truth. In the past, you've got the King of Cups. It's not my Jack Smith card, he's the King of Swords. But I mean, it was under the Biden administration. Let's see where this goes. You've got the King of Wands again, action being taken. King of Coins in the immediate future. One of my cards for the orange twerp. Fiery action being taken. But you've got the King of Coins here trying to hang on to the documentation. Going to be on the back foot defensive, trying to defend their position externally, but internally justice is coming for them. Actions will have consequences. The Wheel of Fortune, they fear the demise of this regime. They are so complicit. But the Hierophant, the Two of Wands, the Two of Pentacles. So the Hierophants, one of my cards for the ICC. This could be the 11th Circuit. Plans, selling overseas. This is selling overseas. Trying to get away. Star card. And then the Ten of Swords. Something positive is coming that's going to be their undoing. Ten of Swords and Eight of Swords, and finding themselves imprisoned. Got the 10 on the bottom too, the 10 of Wands. Seeing what's coming there. I keep going on the top. We've got the Queen of Coins. And the Moon card, secrets being revealed. And then the Ace of Wands. I mean, this is my Homeland Security card. And we know if he was selling state secrets, that is Homeland Security. It's not going to end well for them. It's absolutely not going to end well. I think they are. I think they're trying to. So just a couple of cards. How's this going to play out for Cannon and Bondi? How's this going to play out for Cannon and Bondi? On this Nine of Wands, trying to defend their position. How's it going to play out for Cannon and Bondi? Right, there's Bondi, Queen of Swords, going down, Four of Swords. Forced to retreat, lay low, ending, death, Foundation, Page of Cups, unexpected information coming out. In the past, Three of Wands, a plan coming to fruition, or this can simply be, right, this is the plan, this is what we're doing, when's my ship coming in? When's my ship coming in to come and take me away? Wheel of Fortune, karma coming and biting him on the bum, Ace of Coins, big information coming out, money trails, paper trails with that Eight of Pentacles. Internally, she's going to be cast aside as well. I keep saying this middle layer of parasites going to find themselves in big trouble. There's that Ten of Cups again, ending. There you've got the Emperor, the Knight of Coins, mercenary actions, and the Death card. On behalf of the Emperor, they're taking mercenary actions, and it is the ending of them. You've got here Ace of Cups, partnerships, you've got the Lovers card, and then you've got the loss and disappointment. There's that King of Cups again, and then the whistleblower with the Page of Swords on the bottom, the underlying energy. I don't know who this King of Cups is, but when you identify them, let me know. It's not Kelly. I think it's someone that hasn't crossed my radar yet, but it's not going to end well. Again, when it's found out, this middle parasitic level that think that they've got some sort of control, they're going to be tossed. They're going to be tossed to the wild boar. Okay. And jail time, and find themselves in jail. And as I split the deck, tossed out in jail. 5 of coins, 8 of swords. Not going to end well. Okay, let me leave it at that. What next? Actually, what I might do is I'll just switch decks while I'm at it. It's only 21 minutes, I'll have the quickest look at the Save Act to see whether it's going to pass the Senate. Using the Smith-Waite Tarot decks, a fresh deck, they need to get 60 votes, which means there are trying to steer the steel, keeping a lid on it, keeping a lid on the steel. They need some Democrats and independents to cross the floor. It's a very emotional. Now, the thing with the Save Act is what it will require is for people to have a copy of their birth certificate, a copy of their marriage certificate, a copy of their citizenship certificate, and anything else where their name has been changed. So divorce, copies of divorce papers, anything along those lines. The problem with that is that all this costs money and takes time. So if you turn up thinking you're registered to vote and you turn up at the polling booth and say, hang on, I've voted for the last 40 years, why am I not on the roll? And they say, oh, you've got to supply this information. Well, you don't have it on your person, but it also costs a lot of money to get. I mean, you're talking hundreds. I know when I apply for a new passport, we're looking at $300 or thereabouts just for the passport. That doesn't include getting a copy, or authenticated copy of a birth certificate. Goodness me, I don't want to lose that. So it just does my head in. What it's trying to do is to force people off the voter rolls. However, they might realise that a lot of the people that get forced off the rolls are actually Republican voters. But anyhow, as I'm splitting the deck, I get the Ace of Cups. It is really highly emotive. And then I get the Death card. So it may get through with partnerships. Take note of who votes for it. But it's not going to survive the distance. Let me put it that way. So just show me the Save Act. It's overreach. It's too much with the 10 of wands there. It's overreach. It's too much. 10 of wands, 10 of swords, illusion, delusion, poor choices, and death. It may, this is trying to with the 4 of coins, the next line, trying to disenfranchise voters, using a big stick, but it's just foolishness again, uncharted territories, but also the states, foolishness off the cliff. You've got strength, of this feminine energy, the Queen of Wands. They see what's happening, and there's a huge, huge wake-up call. So I don't see it. It may get through, but it's not going to last. It's not going to survive the distance. Huge wake-up call. Six of Coins. Money not getting through for whatever reason, or this is one of my vote flipping cards, and then we've got the Chariot, and we've got the Investigation, and we've got the Wheel of Fortune. And those, there are those that sort of made agreements are going to find themselves legally restricted. Yeah, I'm just going to say if it gets through, it's not going to survive the distance. It's one of those, if it gets through, I keep saying midterms. What midterms? I just, if this regime is still around at the midterms, I don't even see there being midterms. I don't see this Save Act lasting the distance, basically because once this regime is removed, it's gone. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Catch you shortly.